Hello, everybody. It's Dee from Consciousness Evolution Journey, and welcome to my second channel. And welcome to your Heavenly Messages Pick a Card Tarot reading. In this tarot reading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to really connect in with my passed on loved one right here, Matt, and he is going to help me connect with your passed on loved ones. Okay, what I'm going to do is shuffle a couple of energy cards here, and he's going to direct me when to stop, and that's going to let me know the different portals that are opening up, and I'll reveal the cards so you'll know which portal is meant for you based on the energy, because you know who your loved one is, right? You know their energy, their personality, their life, and who they were. Okay, and the messages that your loved ones are going to bring forth for you are going to be guidance for your life right now, as well as some personal messages from them to you. Okay, so I'm going to connect in with Matt right now and see what portals he's opening up for your loved ones, so you know which one is going to contain your reading and your information. Okay, right there. Okay, so this first portal, the energies of your loved ones coming through is going to be somebody who was a very dominant energy and personality. Okay, this could be somebody who had authority over you. It could have been a mentor. It could have been a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle. Okay, this is just somebody who you perceived in this life journey as having some sort of power or authority over you. Okay, and this person was somebody who was very driven. Okay, was a very strong person. They may not have been very much on the emotional side. Like, it's not to say they didn't have a temper and get angry at times, because I do feel that for some of the energies in this portal is like, I had a bad temper. I had a really bad temper. I would fly off the handle, and that was very scary to experience. So there's some acknowledgement of that. But overall, this person's heart was always like in the right place. Okay, a strong individual, a provider, a protector, a giver, somebody very wise, somebody who isn't going to coddle you, who's going to push you to your greatest potential. And when you make a mistake and it all falls apart, this isn't somebody who is going to be like, it's okay, you know, these things happen. This is somebody who's going to be like, well, why did you make this choice? Or do you see the error in your thinking? Okay, this is somebody who was very mental, analytical, and that's how they perceived and experienced reality more than through their emotional body, which could have made it hard and difficult, this relationship with them at times. Okay, so this is somebody who is just a very strong, dominating personality, who was overall a good person. Truly doesn't mean there wasn't flaws about them. You know, the 10 of Wands here, sometimes they were a very heavy burden on you. Okay, so like in childhood, if this was like a parent, this can really go one of two ways. This could be a parent who is very strict and rigid and hard on you, and you hated every minute of it as a child, but now in adulthood you really appreciate the structure and discipline and order that this parent brought into your life. Okay, or it could have gone the other way, where you know, this parent made you feel like so oppressed that it left you with, you know, some emotional issues in adulthood. Okay, so it can really go either way. This is just a very strong-willed person that's going to come through this first portal. Okay, so if that is speaking to you about your loved one, go ahead to the first timestamp. All right, the second portal, the energies coming through, is submissive. So this is an energy right here that is completely opposite of this. This would be somebody who is very loving, very nurturing, always sees the bright side of things, always sees the best in people, is a lover, not a fighter, you know, could mediate between two people. This is somebody who, you know, always turns the other cheek, even to the detriment of themselves. Okay. It's just who they are. They're probably, were a very empathic person while they were alive. Like I'm getting, like a caretaker type of energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mother, because I'm hearing not all mothers. It was like this could be a friend or another family member. Okay, it's just this person had that, and it could be male or female. They just had that like motherly, nurturing, caretaker type of energy about them, and they were somebody who was always happy for other people's successes. And now I am hearing like I did suffer with depression, and I went through periods of darkness at times. This person has a really hard time opening up to other people and receiving back. Okay, all they give, they have a very hard time receiving. Okay, so this is a very tender, soft, gentle, nurturing, loving soul that's going to come through the second portal. So if that is speaking to you about your loved one, go ahead to the second timestamp below. All right, and lastly, the third energies coming through is hard life. So this is going to be somebody who, it's just like one thing after another happened to this person. Okay, despite their best efforts, it's like they just had bad luck, or just were dealt a very hard hand in life. Okay, some of them, it's like they may have had a disability, like born with a disability, and the family like that they were born into like wasn't as supportive as they could have been to this person. If they would have received like more love, they would have had much more potential of growth. Okay, so I do feel that for some of you. Others of you, it's just like this person had a really hard time getting out of like a victimhood mentality, just because they had faced so many things. Like they lost hope. You know, this is not somebody who was a very optimistic, positive person. They've seen a lot of heavy, dark things in their life. Some of you, this was like a police officer, like a detective. Okay, and all the hard things that they saw in life, like through crimes and stuff, really jacked them up, like made them lose like faith and hope in humanity. Okay, it's just this person, like their soul, their heart isn't bad. Okay, they weren't some evil person doing bad things at all. This is just somebody whose life experiences really tainted them, and just had them, you know, by the time they transitioned, having a very pessimistic, negative view of life and most people in it. Okay, and so you know, when they passed, you were very sad. Like you had always hoped for more for this person. Okay, you had always hoped like things would turn around for this person. And I'm hearing like some of these people, it's like they worked so hard to turn circumstances around for themselves, but it's like this life was a big time karmic balance for them. Okay, and they're okay now. Like they want you to know that. So that's the third portal that's opening. So if that's the portal that speaks to you, go ahead to that third timestamp. And if none of these felt like, you know, your loved one, I will definitely do more readings like this in the future, and perhaps your loved ones will come through at that time. So I will go ahead and get started with this first portal. Hello there, Portal One. So let's get right into your heavenly messages, your departed loved ones that are coming through with my loved one, Matt, to bring you messages. So let's get started and pull the first card. Okay, spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. Oh my goodness. This right here is so special with the energy of this card. This person is looking down on you from heaven, and they are proud of you. They want you to know that, like, you are everything, and they don't want you to think that you are less than, or that you are not successful, no matter where you are right now in life. Like, I was way too hard on you, is what I'm getting from this, with this message. Like, you know, don't let me and the way I was hold you back. Use everything of who I was and how I was to fuel you and push you forward. But ultimately, be proud of who you are. You are amazing. You have achieved so much success, and I just don't feel like that you guys realize how amazing each and every one of you are, and some of the things that you guys have accomplished. It's just like, oh my gosh, you need to be patting yourself on the back. But it's like you never quite felt like you had this person's approval, and so that may have just kind of hung inside of you, and that's something that needs to be released now, because this is saying you are amazing. Okay, so let's pull another message here to see the general topic of what's going on in your 3D reality and realm. Okay, behind a mask, intention. So there is definitely an acknowledgement from this loved one that you are holding back, or you don't realize your true worth, your true potential, how amazing you are. Like, there's a program in your subconscious mind that holds you back, and, you know, an acknowledgement of, I had a part of that, and let me help you rewrite that. And this is card 13, and this is card 3. So the number 3 or the number 13 can be significant and applied back to this loved one. All right. But behind the mask, it's time to spread your wings and fly, and it's time to take the mask down and show the world who you truly are, and have no shame in it. Okay, there is nothing about you that you should feel ashamed of, bad about, less than. It's all untruths in your mind, and this loved one is like almost pleading with you to realize just how amazing you are. Like, they would never have told you in this life. They never told you in this life how amazing you are. Okay, and they're trying to tell you now to help get you past that block of whatever holds you back here. All right, so let's pull some personal messages from this loved one. Oh, wow. Okay, so spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. Drop the mask. Shooting stars. Okay, with shooting stars coming out, this is a dual message. First of all, when you are standing outside and you just happen to look up at the right moment, that was this loved one trying to get your attention to notice the shooting star, to you know, fill you with confidence, wish upon a star, right? And also, this is letting you know that success is on its way to you. Okay, so if shooting stars just start popping up, you know, in the sky, in emojis, you know, in movies, whatever, that's all for purpose. Shooting stars are very synchronistic between you and this loved one. Forget. Please remember the good about me and the good times we shared. Let go and forget the darker times. It only harms you when you remember my darkness. I'm sorry for so much. Please remember the good things about me, not for me, for you. Please forgive me. Okay, so yeah, huge acknowledgement from this loved one about their like overbearing, intense energy and personality. And like, I was wrong for that. Even those of you where you feel you really benefited from this person there's still like this acknowledgement, like, no, I was too hard on you. I wasn't loving enough. I wasn't nurturing enough. It's like I keep getting a picture of like the military in my mind. Okay, so this person could have been in the military, or that's just what Matt's trying to show me of like how this person operated, their personality. Okay, just very structured, and it has to be like this, it has to be like this, it has to be like this, or there's discipline, right? So there's a sense of military, and it goes either way for me with that. Okay, belief. The more you believe in yourself, the more my belief in you can join your manifestations. I have a little magic to bless your journey. The more you believe in yourself, the more I can sprinkle that magic into your journey. So, big message of believe in yourself. You are amazing. You are so much more capable, smarter, stronger, wiser, and talented than you realize and then that you know. Okay, and that's why this loved one is trying to help you come into that understanding, because part of what holds you back is like some of the conditioning, the programming you received from this person. Okay, next is pictures. I take pictures with you sometimes. You'll see me as an orb or other photo anomaly. Take a closer look at your pictures. So this person is letting you know that in your pictures you may see little orbs. They take pictures with you, or this person may have really been into photography, or there's something very special and synchronistic and significant around photographs for you at the time of this reading. Okay, so apply that message how it fits. And lastly, look at that. I'm sorry. I caused you a lot of pain while I was physically embodied. You do not know how sorry I am for all of it. I'm working with the angels to help you heal from the damage I caused. Wow. So you have, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Let me help you believe in yourself again, because what I did here is holding you back from your true potential. You are a star in the sky. I'm going to help you remember that, and I'm with you in pictures, or look at your pictures, very like photos, pictures, very synchronistic for some of you. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot to dig into this behind the mask a little bit more. You know, I'm also getting that this person always had a mask this whole life that you experienced with them. There was so much more going on under the surface. This person did experience a lot of deep emotions. It's just they had a block. Okay, it could have been the way they grew up, the way they were raised. It's just very emotionless is what's projected outwardly from this person, unless it's like a negative or disciplinary type of emotion is what I'm feeling. And so they're letting you know, I wore a mask, and I don't want you to wear that same mask I wore. You are strong, you are independent, but you do need love, you do need companionship, you do need healing, and I really, really, really want to help you with that. Five of Cups, the Lovers, the Star. Look at, you got the Star going on twice now. Six of Wands and Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful transition with your tarot energy. Okay, so the mask. The mask is on to hide this, okay? Whether this is just emotions that you're hiding, pretending, like some of you do not really share how you truly feel about this and the way it impacted you, okay? The depth in which it hurt you and cut you deep, okay? You don't talk about it. You're still healing from it. You're trying to understand, why this person was the way they were. And it's because they had their own emotional issues, their own emotional traumas and baggage that they never dealt with. They never chose to work through that, okay? So that kept them emotionally disconnected and closed off to where you perceived them as cold, disciplinarian, controlling. It has to be your way. Some of you really may have felt at times like you had to walk on eggshells around this person, okay? And they want you to know, I was broken too, and I hid that behind a mask. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to expose all of who you are, even the pieces and parts of you that I said were wrong or broken or weak or ugly or I didn't appreciate, I didn't recognize about you. I was wrong. Okay? And here it is. It's time to forget because it's blocking you from love. Love for self, love for maybe romance, love in friendship or family connections, okay? And maybe for some of you, there is a lot of anger and hatred in your heart for this person and what they did to you and what they put you through, okay? Because with this coming out next to the star, it's like, I want to heal you back to wholeness. And it, even says that here in the cards. I'm sorry, I'm helping with the angels to heal the damage. Can you please forget all the ugly things I did, all the times that I made you feel small, scared, afraid, okay? Like, I want to help fix you. I want to help you move through this energy so that you can open up and feel and receive love the way that I never could, okay? Oh, that's so strong. The star is healing and hope. So this loved one is so sorry. When they transitioned back into the non-physical, they had a life review. They saw everything they did to you and others and the damage and the heartache and the pain that that's caused, okay? And now this loved one is working with the angels as pure consciousness to help balance some of their karmic energies and come in and help heal you and others. But this is such a strong message of, you are deserving and worthy of love, and it's time for you to be able to open up and to receive that. And to because when we've gone through trauma growing up and stuff, the program gets written in that subconscious mind that we have to beg for love, or love is earned, or we're not worthy of love, or love hurts, or only if you abuse me do you love me, right? It's different programs that get written based on what we grew up with. And so there's a deep acknowledgement of that and saying, I was wrong. You deserve all the love in the world, and I want to help you heal that. And also with the star, the shooting star, I want to help make all of your wishes come true for you, okay? Because down here, the last two cards is the recognition, the reward, you feeling healed, you feeling like you no longer have to wear a mask, you dropping the mask, you embracing who you are and realizing there is nothing wrong with you. And finally, it's like coming into some beautiful emotional fulfillment. And the star, okay, is the higher denomination of the Nine of Cups. So you got both of that: emotional healing, emotional fulfillment, being in the sun, feeling rewarded, feeling in the spotlight, feeling like you matter, coming into some beautiful achievements here, especially around relationships, okay? Deep healing gonna happen inside of you. So with this particular loved one coming through, it's time for healing, okay? It's time to really explore deep within and connect with this loved one. All right, my loved one here, Matt, in life, he had a lot of issues, okay? He had a terrible childhood. He had a lot of anger issues, abandonment issues, and I adored him. I dated him at some point, but his anger and his unhealed wounds was eventually too much for me to handle. Okay, and we parted ways, and we just ended up being friends for many, many, many years until he passed. And he was never able to fully face his demons. Okay, and he spiraled into substance abuse, which ultimately took his life. And, you know, after he transitioned, and I had a reading with somebody, and he came through really strong, you know, the energy was so different than the person I knew this lifetime, okay? Because all those traumas and programs about him that he couldn't break through were no longer present. It's the purest, most honest, unconditional, loving part of him that connected with me after he transitioned. And he has helped heal me and helped grow me and has led me through many different things, okay? And that's what this loved one is coming in to do for you, saying no matter who I was in this life, I have returned to the purest form of myself possible, and I want to bring you love, and I want to bring you wisdom, and I want to bring you healing, because it's time for that. You absolutely have some beautiful blessings, wish fulfillment, and manifestation, but it's like you've got to open up to receive it, and the way you do that is working on healing these wounds, whether you start doing meditation and work with the archangels and go get Reiki, or you go talk to a therapist or a grief counselor, all right? Or some of you start going on long walks in the woods. Everybody receives healing differently. Everybody requires different things to heal and overcome their wounds and their traumas, okay? Some people do very well going and talking to a therapist, while others, that's never gonna be the way for them, okay? So it's time for you to reach out to this loved one and say, what is the best way, the fastest path to my healing? What tools, what things should I try? What should I do? And you're going to start getting a lot of signs and synchronicities. This loved one is truly your biggest fan and cheerleader right now, okay? And as you heal and grow and evolve, they too grow and evolve in non-physical, okay? So you guys are still very tied to each other, and there is karmic energy here that they're working to balance out with you while you're still embodied, experiencing this life journey, okay? But biggest message, I am so, so, so sorry that I hurt you, that I caused you pain, that I broke you, that you have these issues, you have these wounds, you have these traumas. I am so sorry. It is my fault. It is not your fault. I was wrong. It was never you. You were perfect. You were amazing. All right? Don't let what I did steal the best parts of you. Whew, this one is really deep. And this loved one, so much just is like, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Like, I see somebody on their knees. Please forgive me for what I did, for what I put you through, for what I denied you. I want you to know that. I was wrong. And the shooting stars in general, very special and synchronistic with this loved one, all right? So let's pull final card here. So that one, believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe. All is possible. Oh, wow. Yes, this loved one is totally your biggest cheerleader and fan right now, and wants you to achieve your highest potential of happiness, and wants you to be able to finally let the love in, let the blessings in, let the good in, because you so deserve it. All right. So those are the messages from this first portal. I hope that this has helped you, and I, as well as Matt, are sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, portal number 2. So let's get right into your reading and see what energy is Matt is bringing through this portal of your loved ones to speak to you and bring you messages. So let's see, what do your loved ones want to say here? All right, so we got 2, and as I was shuffling, I was getting a message of be stronger than I was, okay? Because you guys, with this person, you may have, oh, you guys actually have 3 from this person. It feels like a feminine energy. Doesn't mean it's a female. It just, to me, this person operated definitely in their feminine energies more than masculine if they were male, okay? But they're like saying, you know, like you admire them, you wish you could have been like them, like the grace, the purity about them. And what they're saying is, be stronger than I was. Put your foot down, have boundaries, okay? Like, this person was very loving, but it's almost like they're saying, I was loving to a fault. I cheated myself out of so much by, you know, always forgiving, okay? Because forgiveness doesn't always mean you let somebody back in, okay? But this person, like the way their heart was made, it's like they just could never say no, all right? So let's see what they want to say here. Someone needs your support. Can you help them? We will guide you. So there's somebody in your life right now that this loved one is trying to connect you with, okay, that really needs like some love, some support, some tenderness, all right? And feathers are a big time synchronicity with this loved one. So when you see feathers, the loved one is near you. Next is focus on the positives. You know there are many. So this is a reference of, you know, keep your mind on the prize, look around you, and always be grateful for everything that you truly have, okay? Even in the bad times, like this person wishes that they would have, like the way that they were with people, they wish they would have been more proactive in their own life in that same way, like giving all that love and nurturing to themselves, to their dreams, okay? But what they did is they would give, which at some point would leave them feeling empty and drained, and they may have fallen into like a very pessimistic mood, kind of get depressed, nobody cares about me, nobody's there for me. And at times maybe you have felt guilty after their transition, like, gosh, I should have done more, I should have been more, they were so loving, they were so giving. And this person is like, and this really shocks me from when I was first pulling the cards to open the portal. It's like this person is taking accountability for themselves and saying, you know, I wish I would have focused more, like funneled more of my energy in myself instead of always giving, turning the other cheek, always giving. Because it's good to give, it's good to share, it's good to be supportive, it's good to be there for other people. But there's a fine line where you can only give within your capacity to give. And this person gave way beyond their capacity, which often left them feeling very empty and drained, which really took away from the true joy and happiness of their life, as well as different potentials. Like they feel they didn't reach their highest potential of this life journey because they directed so much energy into other people. And I feel like you desire to be more like this person, and they're saying that's great. It's always good to be in a place of love, but don't give beyond your capacity, because in that space it leaves you empty, and then it makes it hard to be grateful for the good things that you do have going for you, okay? So big strong message there. And now problems that have held you back are being cleared. We are monitoring it. So this loved one definitely trying to help you out right now. Move forward, be stronger, direct your energy towards you, towards yourself, towards your dreams, towards your goals, okay? If there's somebody in your life that's constantly hurting you or taking advantage of you, not recognizing you, not loving you, not appreciating you, it's time to pull your energy back and kind of take a different look and a new approach with this relationship. Or if it's multiple relationships in your life that are, kind of set up in that dynamic, it's time to put your foot down. You deserve more. Okay, and this loved one is like, don't give until you're empty like I did. Don't give until you're empty like I did. All right, so let's pull another card here and look at the what's happening in your life in general, what they want to talk about. Oh my goodness, look at this. Friends, family, friends, guides. Okay, this is a spirit message. So, big focus on your relationships in your life, but also telling you that, your loved ones, not just this passed on loved one, but there's multiple spirits around you. You, excuse me, you have a lot of spirit guides, okay? That's why this feather came out first. The feathers that you see, those are signs, those are synchronicities, those are confirmations, so that you know that you're not alone on this journey, that your loved ones are still with you, but also like really wanting you to take a different look and different approach at your relationships and connections, and saying so strongly, like, don't put up with crap. It's time for you to really lay down personal boundaries with people. And me personally, that was a really hard thing for me in my life to do with like my children and my really close friends. I was always very giving, always forgiving, always understanding. Okay. And it just came a point where like I couldn't turn away from it. Like, you got to stop being like this. And I was always afraid to rock the boat, hurt feelings, end relationships, just to speak the truth of how I was feeling. And once I just, switched, and I was like, you know what? No, I'd rather be 100% alone and on my own than have relationships like this in my life where I feel like I'm alone anyways, but I'm feeling bad on top of it because I'm supposed to have so-called friends, family, etc., right? And when I really shifted and turned and stopped putting up with people's crap, no more free passes, a lot of things changed. Like, there's definitely people that fell away. All right. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Everybody around me has had the virus. Okay. And I'm like, I feel like I've been holding strong, but I don't know. Doing these readings, I'm kind of feeling a little out of breath and I'm starting to have a cough. So I'm like, no, it's not happening to me. But everybody around me has truly had it. Those of you that think it's not a real thing, it's a real thing. I've seen it with my own eyes, okay? So if I'm sounding a little out of breath or coughing, I'm so sorry. I know it's annoying, but I honestly cannot help it, okay? Anyways, once I changed, I got a lot more respect. Some people fell away because they weren't interested in respecting and honoring me. And, some relationships fell away and then they came back into my life with full accountability of who and what they are. And yeah, I was wrong. Okay. And also new connections came into my life that appreciate me much, much more. Okay. So this is a big, strong message from your loved one. Like, hey, it's time to love you. It's time to have personal boundaries. Yes, I was giving. I was always forgiving. I was always turning the other cheek, but I did that to a fault, and it hindered me and it held me back and it prevented me from certain joys and happinesses that life has to offer. And they want you to have all of that happiness and all of that joy. All right, so let's pull you some more personal messages from this loved one. All right, blessings. I often leave little blessings for you to find. I love your joy when you discover them. So this loved one definitely sprinkles magic along your path, as well as leaves you a ton of feathers, okay? Oh my gosh, and I was about to comment on the star there, but look at shooting star. So when you are outside and you just happen to look up at the night sky at the right time and see a shooting star, that's your loved one trying to get your attention for you to notice that star in the sky, okay? In a reference to say, hey, I'm with you, but also to let you know that there is magic for you. There is magic that's meant to happen. You are a star in the sky. Never forget that, okay? And let nobody pull you from your light. All right, you're right. Look at that. You're right about your suspicions. Trust yourself and your intuition. You've been asking for guidance about this, so I am answering. The truth will reveal itself in the right time. So you're right about how you feel about certain connections not really honoring you, having your best interest at heart. Like, your loved one is confirming that. And when you know that for sure, no matter the history, the connection, or how deeply you care, you've got to pull your energy back, because that's where you are loving yourself, okay? Loving yourself means that no matter who this person is, you are not going to let them hurt you, harm you, or abuse you in any capacity, okay? In every relationship, there are fights, there are arguments, people are wrong. I'm not talking about that, okay? That's normal. I'm talking about a very lopsided situation where you're always feeling left empty-handed, unloved, worthless, hurt, broken, etc. Okay? You're right about your suspicions about certain people. And look at this. Now we have lonely. I know you're feeling alone. Your connections and relationships are shifting. The solitude journey is a transition into a different version of yourself. The old doesn't match the new you. You will make solid connections again. Allow yourself to heal and shed the past. So you are definitely going through a transition here. Okay, relationships are going to be falling away. Some of you, they have fallen away, and it's because they didn't honor you. And you need to spend this time alone to recognize what, programs are in your subconscious that bring this energy to you, that cause you to accept this behavior from people, because you truly, truly, truly deserve more. And you're in this awakening process and this beautiful healing. And on the other side of that are really strong, beautiful connections. Okay. And lastly, we have acceptance. The past cannot be changed. Please try to accept that and work towards what you can change. Make choices that align to the future you desire. You can make it happen. Yes, you can. Yes. It's like you're giving too much and you're empty and you're not loving yourself enough, and your cup isn't getting filled back up by the connections you're choosing to entertain at this time. This loved one is really, really wanting you to come into your inner emotional strength, the truth of your soul to penetrate your conscious mind, and for you to love and give to yourself the way that you love and give to everybody around you, okay? And it's not selfish. It is not selfish to take time out to really figure yourself out, figure your wounds out, and get yourself sorted and, put together, and give yourself time to really heal. And it's not your problem to always be there for everybody else, okay? Especially those people who always leave you empty-handed and shortchanged. And, earlier this evening, I was having a conversation with Secret Tarot, and we were talking about an old friend of mine that I had that was exactly like that. Always me, 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 give, give, give to me. It's all about me. You're nothing. I'm more important than you. I only want to call you to talk about my life and my problems. When you're ringing my phone, I can't be bothered. Okay. We were just talking about that. And so it's, incredible to me, like that message is coming through in this reading. It's really time for you to recognize who's on your team and who's not. And, this friend of mine was somebody I had known for many, 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 many years. Okay. And, what is dead weight, what is an anchor to you, what only sucks and takes away from you, isn't worthy of your space, isn't worthy of your love and your attention. Okay, that is the truth all day long. You know, a lot of us get really stuck in this thought of, you know, if you love somebody or unconditional love is where you always look the other way. That's not what unconditional love is. That's saying, like, no matter who you are and what you do, I will always have love energy for you. I will always wish the best for you. I will always wish for enlightenment for you. And I will not attack you. I will not, you know, try to bring you down. I will not try to change you. That's what unconditional love is. It doesn't mean that I unconditionally accept your bad behavior. It's just saying when the bad behavior's there, you know what? I'm going to pull my energy back because you're going to only hurt me and harm me. So I'm going to project love for you from afar and hope that you find your way and hope that you find your path. And all the ugly that you did to me, I'm not going to let that hurt me. I'm not going to let that harm me and haunt me. That's your cross to bear, not mine. I'm going to release this and let you be who you are, and I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to heal me. Okay, so a big message about your connections. And this is all of them: friends, family, romance. It's time to really break out of a cycle where you are giving too much and not receiving back. Okay, and some of you like a confusion of what unconditional love is, and it may be has to do with this person and different things they taught you or how they lived their life, and that's just really ingrained within you. And it's, again, good to forgive, it's good to love, but that's for you, that's for your healing and your freedom. That's not to continually give somebody else a free pass to come back in when they've shown you over and over that they're going to harm you. Okay, because words are lovely and sweet, but it's true changed behavior that it speaks the truth about somebody. Actions speak everything. Words are very empty a lot of the time. Okay, so it's time for you to know your worth, your value. You are a star in the sky. You're right. Okay, you're right. When you feel like somebody isn't really on your side or they have an ulterior motive or something, you're right. You need to trust that more, and don't get caught up in your head spinning stories about what treachery this person's trying to bring your way. Just tap into your loved one, to your angels, to your spirit guides, and say, validate my intuition, help me understand deeper what the message is here. Okay, and let it go, and you will get the information, you will get the message within the days and weeks that follow. Okay, it's just really tap into your intuition, and it's time to love yourself and put boundaries into place and realize that you truly can't fix, heal, save anybody. That's an inside job. You can love, you can be supportive, but that love, that support, that's where you are holding the space for somebody, where you refuse to lower your vibration to join them, you know, in their behavior or their really low vibrational emotions. You're like, I'll hold the space for you here. When you can meet me here, then we could talk. Okay, it's just you deserve so much more than you've been getting. And this loved one, it was very similar for them, and they want you to have your personal empowerment. They want you to have boundaries. They want you to know your worth and your value. They want you to reach your highest potential in this lifetime. Okay, so let's pull some tarot. Okay, so we have the Moon, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands, Nine of Cups, and Six of Cups. Okay, yes, definitely all about your relationships. And a big message here where you do give and you're there, but it's like when you come asking for a favor or you're trying to talk about what's going on inside you, it's like it's almost you have to defend yourself, or you almost feel stupid, like people make you think like you're too sensitive, you're overreacting, all these things. And the truth is, you're not. Okay, what you're asking for is not too much. It's the people around you. They've gotten very comfortable and accustomed to you being, compromising and flexible and giving in and forgiving. Okay, not everybody who doesn't fully appreciate you is a negative using type of person. We teach people how to treat us by what we're willing to put up with, and it's just human nature, unless you're a very awakened and evolved being where you're going to take advantage of that. Somebody who's awakened and more evolved, they're not going to take advantage of that about a person. They're going to bring that to that person's attention and say, hey, you need to be there for yourself more. You shouldn't put up with my crap like this, okay? So that's just what I feel is like when you've tried to defend yourself and stand your ground, it's like who you're up against makes you question yourself, makes you feel stupid. And so you end up feeling like everything you go through, you're going through it alone and on your own. And, those people who can't be there for you, it's like next time they need you, you need to really put your foot down and say, no, remember this. And any new connections that come into your life, it's not to say to be like totally closed off, but it's like be a bit guarded. Don't be so open and free with your energy and your giving. Really vet a person out first, okay? And if this person screws up or, hurts you, it's important that the reaction from you is quite severe, not in a retaliation, so to speak, but with the way you pull your energy back and refuse, and like their forgiveness just doesn't come like that, okay? They really have to feel accountable and responsible for what they did and said, all right? And then like this, when you come into that space, this is what is happening for you, okay? You know your worth and your value. And people are now also recognizing this. And there's a lot of emotional fulfillment for you with soulmates, okay? There truly, truly is. You're not meant to feel like you're all alone and on your own emotionally, this life journey. It's just you've got to learn to assert yourself a bit better, put your boundaries down, and realize that, not always compromising doesn't make you selfish. Saying no sometimes doesn't make you selfish. You've got to always factor your personal happiness into anything that you are doing. Don't ever give with the expectation of receiving in return, okay? But also, it's like, don't give beyond your capacity either. Okay, people who really care about you and want to be in your world, they're not going to expect you to, shower them with compliments, build them up, always talk them down from the ledge, give them gifts, pay their way, help them out. They're not going to expect that from you at all. Okay. In fact, a truly decent person isn't going to want you to excessively give and do from day one. They're not going to want that from you, okay? Because they're going to be strong and secure and able and capable within themselves, okay? It's typically people who have a lot of broken pieces that want others to pick up the slack, to take on responsibility, to coddle them, to be able to screw up over and over because, oh, woe is me, my past, you should forgive me, or this is an excuse why you need to put up with this. That's somebody with broken pieces. Somebody who is very emotionally mature and solid, is gonna want to get to know you, is gonna want to experience you, isn't gonna want you, it's gonna listen to you talk, okay? Isn't gonna always run the entire conversation. Is gonna want to see you happy. Is gonna want to know what your dreams and goals are. Is gonna be very supportive of you in that. Isn't gonna tell you that's stupid, that's foolish. Hey, now pay attention to me, okay? And any sort of detrimental behavior to self where you're giving and doing and being too much, like they're going to point that out to you, okay? So you're like in this transition of learning to decipher the difference between a broken person and a whole person, and realizing that the brokenness, there's not enough love in this world to fix that. Like, that's an inside job, and they have to desire to heal. Like, you could be an inspiration, you could be a support system, but if somebody truly isn't interested in working on themselves, it will be just like an endless drain on your energy. Okay, so it's like you're really coming into the consciousness awareness of the difference between broken and whole people, and how you fit into that equation, and how to properly place boundary around your energy. Okay, so let me see if I'm getting anything else. Yeah, it's just this loved one is like, there is better connections for you. Love doesn't have to hurt. Love isn't self-sacrificing to the point of you being broken. And this person may have, walked those footsteps, and they don't want the same for you. Okay, they want you to know your worth and your value 100%. And as you come into that understanding, you receive a deep healing. Okay, and it's going to open you up to better relationships. And also with this moon, and you got the family, the friends, the spirit guides on the astral, your loved ones and your spirit guides work with you and talk to you, and try to really help you move through all of this. And you guys are empaths. Those of you that were attracted to this second portal, you're empaths. So that's part of why this is so hard for you, because you really do feel other people. You absolutely understand their motivations and why they do what they do, and that's partly why you may be very forgiving and compromising. Okay, but it's like, open yourself up to learning about how to better handle your empathic ability. Okay, how to create, like, where you end and where another begins, and where you put up boundaries and energetic borders so people can't penetrate your energy. All right, so let's pull you one final message. Self-criticism. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you, and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and divine perfection exists in all things. Yes, don't beat yourself up. You deserve love. You deserve love. And I just feel many people have taken advantage of your kindness, your empathy, your sympathy. Okay, so those are your messages from the second portal from your loved ones. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, portal number 3. Let's get right into your reading and see what your passed on loved one wants to say to you. This person who had a very hard life. And just as I was getting ready to turn the camera on, I was receiving a message here that because of this person and like the way they perceived reality, they may have hurt you and caused you pain. Like, you may have really tried to help them to be there, and it's just like at every turn they just ended up hurting you, or letting you down, or disappointing you, and they want to acknowledge that for some of you. Okay, so let's pull the message here. All right, birds are messengers we use to connect with you. So this particular loved one may have really liked birds, a specific type of bird, but definitely speaks to you through the birds and with feathers. Okay, so when you're just being captivated by chirping birds, singing birds, that's your loved one really making you aware of the birds. Like, listen to this beautiful melody. Okay, also you may notice sometimes that it's like birds seem to be noticing you and singling you out. And again, it's because this loved one is working through that animal avatar to let you know that they are near you and they are still with you. And then also, when you find feathers, that's a sign from this loved one that they're still very much around and a part of you and with you. Okay, wanting to help your life be a little bit easier. So let's pull another card to see which area of your life they're going to talk about specifically. All right. A consciousness of lack. So your loved one here wants to talk to you about what's going on in your subconscious mind, and saying a consciousness of lack is a program written there. And now I actually just did subconscious readings for every single sign on my Consciousness Evolution Journey channel. I highly recommend you guys who picked Portal 3 go over there and find the reading for your sign and watch it if you haven't already. Okay, because this loved one is saying that, you know, things not working out for you, manifestations not happening, and a consciousness of lack doesn't have to just be about like money and finances. Okay, it can be about emotional energy. It's like some area of your life is very, very lackful right now, and you question why that is. You know, is this my forever? Is there anything I could do about this? And your loved one is like, yes, there is a lot you can do about this. It's a program in your subconscious mind that's keeping you from receiving, and it's time to focus on that and work on that. Okay, there's a ton of awesome sleep affirmations to choose from on YouTube, where you could just put it on for the whole night and then fall asleep, and you know, all those positive affirmations are playing over and over and over and over, seeping into your subconscious mind while you're asleep. And you know, within a week, 2 weeks, you're going to start noticing a difference. Go for a whole 30 days and watch how your mind begins to change about you and your life and what you're capable of achieving, and feeling hope being restored within your soul, feeling the motivation to take action and take risks where maybe in the past you haven't felt the pull so much to do so. Okay, so this loved one is saying a big problem I had was I had a program of lack in my subconscious mind, and because I chose to focus more on the lack and everything, like it reaffirmed that thought, that program over and over, to the point where I completely created my life to feel like it was against me, to feel like I could never get a break, to feel like magic isn't real. Only certain people make it in this world. Okay, this loved one is taking full accountability, saying I was in a victim mentality. And some of that may have rubbed off on you. Okay, and they're saying, you know, what is missing in your life right now, you can absolutely call it in. It's just you've got to figure out what needs to be healed inside, and what in your subconscious mind is attached to that wound that's preventing you from receiving what you truly desire. So let's pull some more personal messages from this loved one. And you know, I was just led back to the subconscious readings on my CEJ channel. Seriously, if you have not watched yours, go watch yours, because this card came out quite a bit in those readings, getting advice from loved ones to help. So I bet, like, a lot of you, your signs reading, I bet is going to be about a lack of consciousness, the program being there, and this card coming out. If it is, oh my gosh, what a sign for you. All right, so we have guardian angel. I am part of your spiritual team. I am one of your guardian angels now. You will feel my guidance through your intuition, thoughts, and emotions. I am always here to help you. I'm only a thought away. Think of me and I will give you a sign. I am with you. So this loved one is a guardian angel who watches over you very, very closely and give you a sign. Feathers, birds, I am always near. And that makes sense with the feathers, right? I'm a guardian angel to you now. So this loved one, very, very protective over you. Next is children. I tuck the babies in every night. They can see me. I'm always watching over the little ones. So this loved one is watching over the children in the family, whether they're your children or other children like of your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. It doesn't matter. The young little ones are watched over and protected by this loved one as well. All right. Okay, you're right. You're right about your suspicions. Trust yourself and your intuition. You've been asking for guidance about this, so I am answering. The truth will reveal itself in the right time. So there's somebody in your life that you're having some thoughts and suspicions about, and this is your loved one confirming that you're absolutely right in what you're thinking and feeling. Okay, you need to follow through on that intuition, and the truth is going to come to light. Trust that. Next is awakening. This is a time of deep awakening for you. I am helping you with this process and any purging and releasing you may need to do. You are not alone. Okay, so you are also going through a bit of a spiritual awakening here. And part of this process is to show you your blocks, to show you what's blocking you, because you are meant for success, for abundance, for happiness, for love. You are meant for that. That's why you feel it in your soul, okay? But there's some block in your subconscious mind, and now you are in a period of growth where you are awakening and you're coming into the realization about your personal blocks, and this loved one wants to help you heal and move through those so that you can reach some happiness. Oh my gosh. And look at what we have next, feathers. This is your loved one saying, guess what? I leave feathers on your path. Okay, you are surrounded by the angels as well as me. Angels is a big theme in this reading, with the birds and the feathers, and then I'm your guardian angel, and now we've got feathers again coming through. So with this awakening as well, and you're right, I'm going to just say you guys are very, very intuitive, or you're empathic, or you're spiritually gifted in some capacity. Like there's just no way with the way this message is coming out, okay? And you're really becoming much more aware of that aspect of yourself in the weeks to months that follow this reading. And your loved one and the angels want to help you with this process and bring you into your the highest level of consciousness you can reach at this current point on your journey. Okay, they want to help raise you up into that space and fully awaken you to your gifts, to your abilities, and get you to a place where you are trusting your intuition and the vibes around you much more than you're trusting what somebody else is saying or what you physically see, because energy doesn't lie, vibes don't lie, but people do. Okay, and so part of this lack of consciousness is because of what you've been through in life and with other people. And I feel you've been gaslighted quite a bit here, which has caused you to turn away from your intuition, to turn away from the vibes you're picking up on. Like, you know, you're feeling something about somebody and you bring it to light and you say, hey, I'm feeling this, and oh, you're crazy. Oh, that cannot ever happen. Oh, don't think like that. Who's feeding your head? Like all that type of energy, when the truth is you're right. You're feeling something. You're picking up on something, and you might not always know and be able to decipher the vibes and what your intuition is, you know, specifically trying to say. But when you feel that disruption in the force, so to speak, pause and call upon the angels, call upon your loved one and say, okay, what's this about? help me understand this. Don't just start over analyzing and spinning stories based off this feeling that you have, okay? Because, you know, when the mind gets involved, then everything just gets haywire. It needs to be like as pure as possible. So when you are sensing something's off in the force, you need to pause and seek assistance from the higher realms to help you navigate it if it doesn't just boom hit you the answer, the truth. And even when you feel it and you know it and somebody's trying to tell you otherwise, you've got to stand your ground and just be like, look, this is the truth. You can own up to it or you don't have to. And if they don't want to, then be done with that person, okay? Because your intuition is telling you so much, okay? And I feel for some of you, different people have made you question yourself, have made you feel smaller, okay? And that goes back to that consciousness of lack, where maybe you don't feel like you deserve love, you'll never find love type of energy, all right? But the truth is, even though this person had a very hard life, you are not meant to walk those same footsteps, and they want you to know that, and they're guarding you and they're protecting you right now, and they're really trying to awaken you to your intuition, your other spiritual gifts, and have you learn to trust yourself much more. And the birds and the feathers and the angels just synchronized over and over again in your reading. So let's pull some tarot. And you know, this just hit me. Some of you like sing, and you need to pursue that deeper. There's like an opportunity that's going to come your way, and you've just got to believe like that magic and miracles. As I'm saying that, look at that. Yeah, magic and miracles happen, okay? Those of you that sing, like, really pursue that, okay? But this is general. So with this Ace of Pentacles flying out, whatever your gift, talent, and ability is, it's time to take a much deeper look at it and grow it, because it can turn into something here. All right. Oh yeah, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Devil, Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. Yes, magic and miracles. Okay, so this energy, I didn't really get like a hard fix on feminine or masculine energy, but just because we have like this Queen of Pentacles and coming out under, you know, I watch over the babies. Many of you, this could be like a mother, a grandmother, a sister, an aunt type of energy. Okay, this is definitely somebody who is very like loving and nurturing, even though like they have this hard life. Okay, and I do feel like they were hardened and cold and a bit pessimistic, but who they loved. All right, so definitely this person is an angel to you and your family at this point and watches over all of you. All right, so here we are. This is the consciousness of lack. The Seven of Swords, you know, is about deception and somebody taking from you and things along that nature. But it's also about like you and low thoughts and insecure thoughts that you have about yourself. Okay, and this goes back to the program, the consciousness of lack, and this could be because of different things that played out in your life and that's happened to you, and what you watch happen to this person, you know, really kind of has you in that mindset that there is no magic, like it doesn't happen, and it is meant to happen for you, your loved one. The angels want you to know that so bad. They really want to help you switch your like deep core beliefs and thinking about yourself and what is possible for you this lifetime. And some of you, this awakening, you're awakening to these spiritual gifts for the very first time, and this was all like hula to you prior, and you're like, am I just insane? Is this like where all the loonies go to? Like, I just don't even know what's happening in my life. It's because you're awakening to your true self. And it is like you know, going from one reality into a totally different reality that doesn't make sense from everything that you have been taught and learned from childhood. Okay, so some of you, that's what this is about. But ultimately, it's time to heal the wounds that are attached to these programs of lack, and it's time for the magic to come in. Like, it's all within you. Okay, you have so much potential for success, to make your dreams come true, to really pursue those natural talents and abilities, even, you know, your spiritual gifts. All right. And under this, you're right, we have the devil energy, and this to me is saying that often you do get caught up in your head when you're feeling something intuitively, but you can't like put your finger on what that feeling is trying to tell you. All right, you do get very caught up in your head and you obsess over it. And so in the future, when you're feeling that like that tingle, it's pause. Just pause and ask for assistance to help you understand and navigate what it is that you're picking up on, and it will come to you. Okay, 100%. Like, stop worrying, stop over analyzing, stop obsessing, because that just reinforces this program even further. And that program is like, you know, no matter what I do, it's never going to amount to anything. I'm never going to get anywhere. I try so hard. I get such a small yield. I get such a small return. And if this loved one is like your mother or somebody who like raised you, you maybe have questioned at the time, is this just like the curse of our family? Like a lot of poverty for some of you in your family. And it's like, no, you're the one that can really break this cycle, who actually like transmutes the DNA of this bloodline. All right. Some of you, man, you are very aware of your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. But there's the program is still the same. Okay, it's like we've got to focus on the subconscious mind, because there is so much magic that you can make. You just have no idea of that, no idea of it at this moment. But you are meant to be comfortable. You are meant to be secure. You are meant to have abundance. You're meant to have enough. Okay, and I just see you, whether you're male or female, this like you know, storyline for you where you are sitting on your throne and all is right in your world, and you do realize the magic and power you possess within yourself. Okay, and you come to a point where you just know yourself so well that nobody can lie to you anymore. Nobody can take advantage of you anymore. Okay, and here's another message coming through, is when things are really turning around for you, because they will, as you work through this subconscious programming, they will turn around for you. There's going to be other people that, you know, want to put their hand out and expect that like your blessing, your success, your accomplishment, your achievement, like part of it belongs to them somehow, some way. And it does not. It does not. Okay. What comes to you through the work that you do, that's yours. That's your blessing. You know, it's always good to share what you have, but it's okay to also splurge on yourself and indulge in yourself when you've worked really, really hard to achieve something for yourself. Okay, so this loved one is like, you don't owe anybody. You don't owe anybody. Don't think that. Don't let anybody tell you that. You don't owe anybody. So when things are really starting to turn around for you, teach them what you've learned and how that's changed your life up to this point. Okay, lead a horse to water, right? It's up to the horse to drink. And if they don't want to utilize the tools that you give to them and follow in your footsteps for what helped you and what changed your life, that's not your problem. Okay, It's really not. You can only show the way, you can only hold the space, you can only shine your light. That's all you can do. It's up to each and every person to choose and decide to make change for themselves in their personal life. Okay, I feel you, if you don't already, you really need to start connecting with the archangels and the angelic realm in general, much more. Some of you, you know, you could be a medium here. Okay, and you're just not fully awakened to that. Some of you, there's like some religious beliefs around spiritual gift, mediumship, psychic ability, all of that, that it's like of the devil. It's a very negative thing, and it's a part of who you are, and you feel inside that you know, what you've been taught is wrong and what you feel is right, and you are correct. Okay, you know, this is like where you just have to break free from the subconscious mind, the dogma that, you know, was drilled into you, and accept who you truly are. Because I feel like for some of you, it's super opposite of the way you were raised. Okay, and some of you could have been raised in like a house of atheists where there was absolutely no religion, no spiritual belief whatsoever, and this awakening in you is awakening that spiritual aspect of you, and you know, nobody around you where you come from supports that. Okay, because that's just not the way they get down. It's not what they believe. All right, I do feel for all of you, like the way you were raised up is not who you are today or who you are evolving into now through this awakening. Like, it's a big change, a big shift in consciousness for you. All right, so those are the primary messages from this loved one. Let me pull you a final card. Forgiveness. Holding on to past hurts is preventing you from moving forward and achieving your heart's desire. Let it go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so, you will reclaim the joy of your life. How powerful is that after this full message from your loved one? Oh my goodness, it is time for forgiveness for you. All right, so those are the messages from Portal 3 from your loved ones. I am sending each and every one of you lots of love and light. Take care.